Hi,
Hey!
guys!
Well, we are, as you can tell, in a different location to start off with because we're actually at
My
Harry's house today. Yay! So, what are we doing today, Harry?
We've got some... What did we decide on, James? We've got
We
some
decided
questions.
we were going to find some questions that you should ask your best friend because, as you heard in the last video, we're best friends. So we thought we'd give it a go and see if there's any questions that hadn't come up. So, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. We've got...
Oh, there's 30 of them. I don't think we should do 30.
No.
I've gone for a really long time.
We'll reduce it if it loads.
All I can see is like a screen.
Glare.
Glare on my glasses. Let me take them off, actually.
Here we go.
I had somebody comment that I looked like Velma in the videos. Perhaps we'll forego the glasses for a little while.
Okay, so you ready?
Yeah.
Question 1. Who are your top 3 lady heroes?
My top 3
Lady
lady heroes. Marilyn Monroe. Because back in those days it was acceptable to be a little bit larger, and I think she was stunning. And I suppose I should put it in there like my mum.
Classic.
You know, classic.
Have to put mum in there
Put mum in
somewhere.
there somewhere. And probably my cousin Ellie. I think she's really awesome.
Okay. Obviously, you know, mum. Obviously. Lady heroes. I don't know. I actually don't know. Mum. Genuinely, I don't know. I don't have 3. My mum. There you go. Sorted. Sorry if there's any other ladies that I've forgotten, but...
Me.
Oh, and Harry is my hero. Harry is my hero as well, just because she's amazing. Question 2. When you were little, what did you want to be?
How little are we talking here? Like, I went through stages.
It's generic. Just when you were little,
Okay,
what did you want to be?
I first wanted to be a ballerina, which I did for 14 years. And then I wanted to be an air hostess. Would not have worked out.
I can just see you on a plane.
The X's are here, here, and here.
If you see me running, follow.
And then I wanted to be a teacher. And then I wanted to be a nanny, and I am.
There you go.
What about you?
For the first 15 years of my life, I did the stereotypical, I want to be famous, I want to be in Hollywood, I want to be an actor, that kind of thing. And then I got told that I should get a proper job. You know, I should aspire to be something, you know, proper. Yeah. And then I got into the sign language, and I decided that I wanted to be an interpreter. And, well, now I work in a nursery. So, completely different. Yeah, well, kind of. I've got the qualifications, I just need to put it into practice. Question 3. Okay, we'll skip question... Oh no, here we go. Question 3. Who do you think should run for president in 2 years?
Well, being English,
we have prime ministers.
But I think Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson.
Yes.
Has to be Boris Johnson with the hair.
Oh, he's just so funny.
And the riding the bike.
It'd be interesting.
I think that'd be awesome. It'd be like parties every day.
Yes.
So cool. I'm going to skip question 4 because it's the best book you've read.
Oh,
and
we
we've
did that
answered
last.
that question
Yeah,
so many times. What makes you feel afraid? Well, again, balloons.
I'm afraid of I'm scared of a lot of things, but I think there's like different levels of fear, and I don't really have that like one massive fear that I can't overcome, but probably like my biggest one is snakes.
They're quite creepy.
Don't like them.
Neither of us had spiders yet. Neither of us can stand them.
Yeah. Yeah, but like you can live with them. Like if there was like a 6 foot long spider coming at me, I'd be petrified. But you know, they're like a centimetre big, so I can live with that.
Would you rather get lunch with Gillian Flynn or J.K. Rowling? Well, I don't know who Gillian Flynn is, so I'm going to go J.K. Rowling. What's your most embarrassing childhood memory?
Oh my god, okay.
Shall I go first?
Yes. Please.
Okay, my most embarrassing childhood memory has to be... I was at my nan's house. They were looking after me, and my nan and granddad's house. and I got my head stuck in the banister, and they had to call
Oh
the
my God,
fire
I've
brigade
heard
to
this
come and get
story.
me out.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
I did a lot of embarrassing things when I was younger, but I think for me, like, the one that really got me, and it still makes me feel embarrassed today, is I was at Disney in Florida, and I got like a transfer tattoo thing on the. I basically got a tramp stamp, to be honest. And
Classy.
I wanted to show my brother, and I said, "Oh, look, Matt, look at my tattoo." And he was like, "Oh, I don't want to see your ass. That's disgusting." And that just really embarrassed me, and it just stuck with me. It makes me cringe every time I think about it now.
That's funny. I've not heard that story before.
Yeah, it's because I don't like that story.
Okay, next question. If you had the option of adopting a baby fox or a baby koala, which one would you choose?
Koala
every time. They're just so cute.
They are.
Dream
Adorable.
job. What's your dream job? I don't really have
I'd like
one.
to be to do my furniture.
Your furniture
Just
fixer-upper.
Yeah, like I'd like to do that like as a proper career.
See, I quite like the idea of interior design.
Yeah.
How very stereotypical of me, but you know, yeah, interior design. It's always good. I decorated my bedroom.
So no.
It was good.
Not that you can see much of it in
No.
this video, purposefully.
Who's your favourite mythological god or goddess? Narcissus, because he describes me.
I quite like. This is gonna sound really weird because she's not really a god or a goddess. But I always liked Medusa.
She's a god. She's like a villain, isn't she?
Yeah. But
snaky hair.
I always think she was like grossly misunderstood. To be honest.
She turned people to stone, Harry. There's
It wasn't
nothing misunderstood.
necessarily her fault. She didn't do it on purpose.
And this is true. Okay.
I think, yeah.
So Medusa and Narcissus. The scary
great.
killer people and the guy who loves himself. Right, next question. Who was your first crush?
Oh, I had a boyfriend when I was like 3 or 4, and his name was Liam. And we shared one kiss.
Bless.
And it was like those little Dutch kissing dolls. You know, the ones that like stand really far apart and like...
Lovely.
I still have the teddy bear, the little clown he gave me.
Nice. My first crush was I actually asked out a girl in my year at school.
Did
Called
you?
Charlotte. Hi Charlotte, if you're watching. But yeah, she was the first girl I asked out, like, properly. So yeah.
The only girl you asked out?
No, there were more, but we won't go into that right now. Continue reading. Next page. Sorry, the Wi-Fi here is pretty crap.
Not.
For my phone, it is.
Whatever.
If you had to choose between using Internet Explorer forever or permanently using an AOL email address, which would it be? Internet Explorer every time.
I still have an AOL email address.
Really?
Yeah, I still use mine.
Just
Up
so
until
last entry.
earlier this year, I still had AOL Internet.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh. Internet Explorer. I
Okay.
don't like AOL.
I hate Internet Explorer, so I'll stick with my AOL. Thank you.
If you could be a duck or an owl, which would you be? Owl. Night vision, of course.
Owl, yeah.
Night
like
vision.
360-degree views.
Look like something from a horror movie if we did it though. What do you love most about yourself?
Self-indulgent question. Go on, James.
Me first. Okay. What do I love most about my legs? I walk. I don't drive, so I walk everywhere. So I have really nice legs. So that's like, okay. We'll do a physical feature and a personality trait.
Okay.
My physical feature is my legs, because like I said, I walk everywhere, and my personality trait is I'm a good listener. I'm good at just kind of listening.
Yeah. This really displays
people need
that
to vent.
trait.
Yeah. Your turn.
Physically, my hair, probably.
You do have awesome hair. to
It
be
doesn't
fair.
look that fantastic today, but
A little while ago, she looked like she'd lost a fight with a refresher lolly.
shut up. And personality, I think I can be quite empathetic. Is that the right word?
Empathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Like,
agree with
you
that?
feel people's pain.
not so much that, but like I find it easy to identify with like most situations people going through. It might not be the same thing, but I can kind of understand where people are coming from.
Okay. What don't you like so much?
Physically? Oof, where to begin? I think...
Classic British mindset.
Yeah.
What don't you like about yourself?
Well,
everything.
Probably my legs. Don't really like my legs. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
And why? Is there something else you'd pick out?
No. I just didn't have your legs down as a particularly unattractive feature.
I don't know.
Not that I've seen her legs, just to clarify.
I don't like them. Personality, I don't like that I can be selfish sometimes.
Fair enough. No comment. Me physically, my stomach. It's always been my stomach. It's always been my stomach. I just don't have the motivation to change it, so I've just got to accept the fact that that is my stomach and that is how it's going to look. Personality trait. I can turn situations around so that I'm just like, oh, but I did this.
You're a one-upper.
I'm a one-upper. Someone says to me they did something, I'm always like, yeah, well, I did this.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. Rugrats or Doug?
Rugrats.
Rugrats, every time. Which house would you belong to in Game of Thrones? Like, very honestly.
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Neither do I.
I have done like this.
People?
I did this quiz on like Facebook about this, but I can't remember what house it said I'd be in.
I did the same quiz, and I also can't remember what house I got. But yeah, aren't we awful people? We don't watch Game of Thrones.
Terrible.
Sorry, people.
Fans. Tanya, if you're watching.
If you got a new tattoo or a tattoo, what would it be? Well, you haven't got any, so what would you get?
I want to get a lighthouse.
Yes, lighthouse. For what reason?
Many reasons that I won't go into.
Okay.
Personal.
I always said I wanted a flame as my second one. I have one
Flame.
on my ankle because I'm that unique and original. What would you like to eat for your last meal?
A big, fat, juicy steak, chips and peas.
See, I'd say roast.
Really?
Yeah. Roast.
Roast what?
Roast lamb.
Ooh.
Lamb with mint sauce and potatoes, parsnips.
No.
And, if you had to be on a reality TV show, which one would you choose? Well, Harry would go on Big Brother.
No, I wouldn't. Why would I go on Big Brother? I'd choose like The Voice or something. It'd be pretty cool.
Well, I can't sing, so that wouldn't be me.
It's not so much that I can sing because I can't, but like at least if you go on like The Voice or something like that, you get to like meet celebrities.
Oh, I see.
Whereas
Right.
if you like go on like Big Brother or something, you don't.
See,
Get something out of it.
I quite like the look of Bake Off.
Yeah, like maybe we could go on Bake Off.
Bake Off together.
We both bake, so
Yeah. Just minus the layers.
the layers.
The layers.
The layers. The layers.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Mary Berry is one of the judges people, and she can't say the word layers. She says layers.
And it really winds us up.
Should we stop at 20?
Yeah.
So we don't bore everyone to death?
Yeah, it's getting long.
So, yeah. That's it. Questions to ask your best friend.
All right.
Interesting.
So, thank you for watching, guys. Click the little subscription
down there
button. Like, it's this side.
Yeah.
It could be this side.
And tell your
it could be
friends to
anywhere.
subscribe as well.
Yeah.
Please do.
So, bye,
And
guys.
we'll make another video soon.
Bye.